is past District Governor David Brawn. David Brawn is the Environmental Envoy's team leader, working with the district to bring to life the newest area of service for Rotary's foundation. Please welcome David.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Everyone's still awake, are they? Do I call this the graveyard shift? Okay. Well, Peter's got that. Let me talk about my first slide, which is my introductory slide. Yes.
Speak to the microphone.
I am. Now. Oops. I'll do this. Okay. So I'm going to talk to you about this new area of focus called protecting the environment. I am past District Governor. I've been 22 years in a Rotary and in 3 Rotary clubs, so I've been around. My wife Suzanne was a high-profile CEO after I retired from being a District Governor, and so I had to find something to do. So I spent 6 years doing postgraduate study as an external speaker at Murdoch University, and I got these 2 qualifications, a graduate diploma and a master's degree in environmental science. Separate from this, prior to that, I was in corporate life for 37 years and retired as a CEO of a Telstra subsidiary. My skill level in there was really marketing, strategic planning and business management. I'm the team leader of the Environmental Envoys in the district, and I was recently appointed by ESRAG, which means the Environmental Sustainability Rotary Action Group, as one of their ambassadors to advocate for the environment around clubs in the area. Protecting the environment, what does it mean? There are 6 theme areas identified by ESRAG, and they're listed down on the left, and I'm going to explain those in a number of slides after this, so I won't go into it here. But what I'd like to talk about is what this means more generally, apart from protecting the environment. And the top one is protecting future generations of our families moving forward. You want them to be enjoying the environment you have today and not something degraded by over time, including by climate change. Secondly, protecting mental health. Now you've seen in the bushfires and the floods how people are affected by those events. This will only get worse if the environment gets worse. And lastly, this relates only to clubs, not the community at large, but it came up this morning, I think. Mary was talking about Rotary clubs needing a cause, I think that was, especially if you are a Titanic club, which of course none of you are, right? So what I'm saying is environment is a cause, and it can attract and retain members moving forward and preserve the life of your club. So let me go through some snapshots to illustrate what these areas, these theme areas in ESRAG mean. So we start with biodiversity, which is the most popular area within this district. We have Rocky Hill regeneration, and this is a photograph of a Facebook post by PDG Geraldine when she was doing work down there. And it won an Australia Day award, and Milena Dunn, who's the leader there, says they put in over 900 hours of work. Tobago plant replacement is a fantastic project, involved the Rotary Club of Western Creek, supported by Bega Rotary Club and the Brindabella Rotary Club. They grew about 600 plants.
6,000.
Sorry, 600. I knew someone in the audience to correct me. 6,000 worth between $25,000 and $30,000. I got that right. So that's a fantastic project. And then finally, our club, the Rotary Club planted 100 water guns in a pathway near the centre of Berry. You think that's dead easy, don't you? Each of these trees weighed 45 kilograms, and the soil was very rocky, making it very difficult to excavate the holes. But those are the first users of the path. Next, the circular economy. It sounds a bit odd, doesn't it? Is there anyone from Bungin Door Rotary here? Well done. They got an award, Tiny Towns Award. And what about this lot? Anyone from Griffith Avanti here? Hey! I don't know where they find all the batteries though. And then the final one is that. So there is a project involving salvaging steel roofing from Canberra buildings that were damaged in a hailstorm, and they were repurposed and reused to help farmers. This is one of the first projects, a dunny, that has some relevance to Rotary, doesn't it? And then you notice over here, this is Fred Falk on the end. And I just wanted to, I spoke to him the other day, and he's been through a tough time health-wise. And he's been a driving force behind DIK and other activities in the district. I'd just like to call for a round of applause for Fred. Climate, this is a bit different. On the left-hand side, so Rotary clubs can't actually build solar farms and wind farms, but Rotarians can help build them. And in this case, on the left, Walter Moore and a guy called David Brawn were on a planning committee in Repower Shoalhaven to plan this solar farm, and it came online in December, generating 3 megawatts AC of power. Over here, in a similar area, there's a bioenergy facility being built to convert manure into energy, servicing 15 dairy farms in the area around Nara. And so returns Phil Horan, he's the director of the company, and Walter Moore, who's doing community consultation, part of this. Food systems. We can't go far beyond Hall Rotary Club. They're passionate about preserving bee populations and other pollinators. This is the Parliament House stall. Vicky and Jonathan on this. And then I was asked to show this photograph of the family who supports the Hall Rotary Club markets and is showing bee products. And Chris Manahan of Maria Rotary Club, who's one of my envoys, sent me this photograph done a few years ago. I think they need a bit of help with planting. But anyway, it was a great project that they did for the preschool. Pollution. Well, this is out of district, but this is a bunch of people, including the community, doing monthly cleanups at Corrimal Beach. And this is the Clean Up Australia Day, was it 2 weekends ago? And that involves Rotarians and indeed clubs. And I noticed on our Facebook site, Canberra Western Creek were there at Northwestern Ponds, maybe? Anyway, they were out there doing it. Sustainability, and you've got to go here. This is the Orange Rotary Club in May. They've got a week-long expo, so turn up. The highlights to me was, one, they're going to have opportunities for people to try out EV cars and have a Q&A about EVs. And they're also going to have a Q&A session with a couple of high schools in Orange, led by Craig Urukar, so rather like the Q&A on TV, with questions from kids. So that's a quick rundown. I'm sorry I couldn't be more detailed about that, but I've got someone behind me about to collect times. So Okay, three-step process. This is where we started off as an envoy team. Three-step process. Easy. Form a team, develop a plan, implement a plan. Easy? No. This is the year of coronavirus, right? So in terms of recruiting the team, I didn't know anyone in District. All I knew were members of Boatbury Rotary Club. So I'd like a great shout out to the area governors who helped me create a team of environmental envoys. Then in terms of development plan, I'd normally go into a conference room in a service club with butcher's paper and post-it notes and a facilitator and talk to people. This is done with Zoom and PowerPoint. Next, implement the plan. The first stage of the plan was to recruit environmental representatives in all the clubs in the district. And once again, the area governors came to the fore. I attended all their presence meetings around October, November, and we made great progress in recruiting environmental reps. Currently we have 80% of the clubs covered with 64 club reps. I'd love to fill in the blanks for the other clubs. The team mission, there's 3 words in here that are relevant. Family, we cover all aspects of Rotary. Understand is understanding the area of focus. And implement provides support for clubs who get the area of focus and want to do projects. So that's what we're all about. The Envoy program, you've got your sunglasses on? Yep, good. So basically it is get the organisational aspects fixed, provide club support, and within that deal with information, communication, ideas and motivation. I'll go through that now. This is the magnificent Envoy team, 15 members plus me. They're all Rotarians. We've got about 8 past presidents, 2 current presidents and a couple of presidents-elect. And the 2 things about them, they're experienced Rotarians, they're passionate about the environment, and they're fantastic people. E-representatives, and I'm sure someone's going to say, we've got someone. So there are a couple of slides here, there, and you can go to our stand in the House of Friendship and check, and maybe tell us we got it wrong and there's an E-rep in your club. So we've got this fixed up. What this means to me is a partnership. It doesn't happen a lot between district and clubs often, but here we are. A bunch of envoys, 15, 16, and 64 club reps. Ultimately, it's about 1 to 4 or 5 ratio between envoys and reps. And that provides a solid foundation for communication moving forward. Club support. So this is there is a list of 14 areas where we believe we can provide support. When we started this, I didn't know what we'd do, but this is a list. It has been provided to E-reps and clubs and is available on our district website in my presentation, so I don't want to go through every item. On the left-hand side, start with 1. You've just got an envoy to help you. Then help with presentations, club surveys, introduction to ESRAG, Facebook group, Enviro Club Awards, which I'll tell you about later. And on the right, all the things that might help you put your club projects into action. Information. This is a blue one. So, database you get from ESRAG, and ESRAG goes to Yanya, it's great. Then we're developing 3 databases to help you. Firstly, a project library of district projects, so you can see what other clubs are doing. Secondly, a subject matter expert database, so you can contact people who know about a particular topic or invite them to be a speaker. And thirdly, an external partner database, so if you're doing a project in a certain area, you want to find the name of a land care representative, you can get it from this database. These are work in progress at the moment. Next, communications, and with the help of Emma Bell. Where's Emma? Emma, hands up. She helped me get this Facebook site up, despite the fact I didn't know anything about Facebook. And here we are. It's the same sort of graphic as the district has, but these have actually got plants and they're being watered. So here we go. So it had 44 members about a month ago. We've now got 74 members, and it includes the whole of the district team. We've developed another pull-up banner here on the left. You'll see these out in the House of Friendship on the left. It says that a Facebook site can encourage, inspire, recognise and unite, which I think it all does. On the right-hand side, what is the club's role with this? I would like you to encourage your members to join it because they get access to lots of good information about the environment. And the club can post details about their successful environmental project to them. The benefits are clearly the motivation and information for members and gaining club recognition. So, motivations, next one. I don't know what colour you call this, it's probably not yellow. So I've got another banner on the left-hand side. And the club role is qualify for an award, submit application, and those are the benefits. The biggest thing we've got going at the moment is Adopt a Tree. All the clubs have been copied with information about Adopt a Tree, which is simply encouraging people to donate $5 a tree and they get a certificate, rather like adopting a koala. And I think the main thing about this project is actually a really good way to recruit members by showing that Rotary cares. And I think these are ways to promote it. My bet is electronic promotion is the way to go, through the social media community groups, various other things. Don't look at the front cover because I'm not allowed to talk about it. That's Phil Proctor's job tomorrow. But if you go to this monthly magazine, it has a list of all the community groups in our town, and we can contact all of them to help promote Adopt a Care. So we've got this available. You can download artwork for this from the district website. We've got all the banners as a download from the district website. ESRAG has 15 posters like this available, and they'll be up on the ESRAG website. And this is my final slide. Now I reckon this is an electric Grand Prix racing car that can go up to 300 kilometres an hour and 0 to 100 in 3 seconds. That'll beat the Queen Mary to any time. So this is my analogy, or whatever the other word was, for your club. Your club is here, the president's in the cockpit, and we're the battery backup, because it's the club president and the club who've got to do the environmental projects. So I'd like all the clubs in this room to drive for the environment. Thank you very much.